Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with
Here now, in this game, one goal, one team. Fight for that possession, gotta act fast. Another shot, another pass. The city comes to life and they got something to say. Come on, let's go. I feel devotion.
Oh, fantastic fast break basketball.
Wrap around and enjoy the flight.
Oh, let me show you what I can do. Oh, hello! Whoa, what a finish!
Welcome along to Palau Blaugrana in the eastern coast of Spain. It is a rainy night in Barcelona as we are about to witness the first place team in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague take on the fourth place team. Something of a shock to see UNICS Kazan flying high, but they really are having a fantastic season. Won their last 3 games, won 7 of their last 8 to improve to a 10-6 record. And so they are coming to Barcelona with every confidence in their ability to cause an upset. Let's hear from the head coach of UNICS, Velimir Parasovic.
We play against the leader of the competition, the team who is playing the best basketball in the first round for sure. And we need to play one of the best games what we play this season to win. So we know how tough is the player here, but we are ready.
Are Barcelona ready? That's the question. They've got a lot of absentees at the moment. They're in great form as well. 8 wins in a row, a perfect 7-0 here at Palau Blaugrana, but missing several key players today. And so a bit of a juggling act for the coach, Šarūnas Jasikevičius, as he prepares for this game.
Well, you know, when a team is playing so good offensively, it's very important not to give them confidence, not to give them fast break, not to give them open shots, not to give them offensive rebounds. So those are the details. First is important.
Inside Palau Blaugrana now for this round 17 game. First against fourth, FC Barcelona against UNICS Kazan. And of course, there's special significance to round 17 because it marks the halfway point of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague regular season. And if Barca win this game tonight, they will have the best record of any team since the new format was adopted 5 years ago at the midway point of the season. Here's how things are looking so far. Only one result in the books, and that was a very narrow win for Anadolu Efes, 84-83 over Crvena Zvezda, who led by 7 in the last couple of minutes, but Efes roared back to take an important win as they look to climb up the standings. The game between Žalgiris and AX Milan has been postponed due to COVID cases in the Italian team. Here's the standings, as I was saying, first against fourth. UNICS in a 4-way tie alongside Milan, Zenit and CSKA, so a real Russian batch there in that battle for fourth place, which is an important one, of course, because it bestows home court advantage in the playoffs. So that will be the target for all the top challenges, is to finish in the first 4. Barca have been first nearly all season. Has had a little dip a few weeks ago where they lost 2 in a row, but other than that, they've been perfect, 14-2. But they do have a lot of players out tonight. And as we look at the team comparison, some interesting numbers here. Barca leading the lead in assists and in point scoring. that UNICS are the best ball thieves of them all, top in the steals category. They pride themselves on that, and they will look to disrupt Barcelona's rhythm with that ability to rob possession. As we have live images of the warm-up now, the UNICS players getting themselves ready for the challenge, maybe their biggest challenge yet. And we'll look at some of the key players who'll try to help them achieve that. Super Mario is back. Mario Hezonja, a former Barcelona player. Of course, he started his professional career here at Palau Blaugrana. This is his first game back here since returning to Europe. His first game back since he left the club. Isaiah Cannon, he is in good form, a very dangerous three-point shooter. 47% from three-point range, and he's hit 3.1 per game, which is more than any other player in the competition. As for Barcelona's key players, Karl Kuric in the backcourt, not having his usual season with three-point shooting, 39% for him. That's disappointing. He was the league leader last season, but still making a decent contribution. As in the backcourt is Nicolas Laprovetola, having to step up into a bigger role with the injury absences that Barca have, most notably Nick Calathis and Corey Higgins, his first season with the club. If we take a look at a head-to-head battle today, there's none bigger than this one. Nikola Mirotic, the best offensive player in the league, the best player in the league according to PIR, but he's going up against one of the best defenders. Never mind those stats for John Brown III. His ability is defense, and he will try to clamp down on Mirotic today, and that will be one of the keys, if not the biggest key, to the outcome. If Brown can be successful against Mirotic, UNICS will have a big chance of winning this game. Brown might not have the offensive production of the player he'll be going up against today, but he'll be focusing his efforts at the other end to try to stop Mirotic from his usual production, which is an average of 17.2 points per game. As we take a look at the visiting team roster, no injury worries for coach Velimir Perasovic. He leans heavily on the same group of players: John Brown, Lorenzo Brown, Mario Hezonja. All average nearly half an hour per game on the floor. They are the key players for sure for UNICS. Barcelona have 5 players out. You could make a good starting 5 out of the absentees. They have Nick Calathis, Corey Higgins, Alex Abrines, Sergi Martinez and Nigel Hayes-Davis all out. So the new signing, Dante Exum, continues his settling in process with the team, and 3 teenagers as well: Michael Caicedo, Agustin Ubal and James Nagy, aged 18, 18 and 17 respectively. And they're probably going to have to play a decent number of minutes with those players that Barca are missing, especially Caicedo. He's the one who has been pushed forward more than the others by coach Šarūnas Jaskevičius, as we take a closer look at some of the UNICS players. Very experienced team, albeit not much EuroLeague experience. A lot of players who spent time in the NBA. We heard a round of applause there as Mario Hezonja's name was read out on the arena PA. And they've got a very experienced coach as well. Talking about experience, what about him? Andrej Voruncevic, 3-time title winner with Česka, 14 seasons with Česka, and he's getting better every week with UNICS. played a big role in his team's win over his old club, Ceska, last week in the double round. That was maybe the best performance so far from UNICS. Roland Smits is a player who could be expected to carry more of a burden tonight as well. He had a good game at Panathinaikos last week, his best of the season so far with 8 points and 9 rebounds. And so Barca will be looking for Smits, not just to deputise for Mirotic as he often does, but to play at the same time as well. So Agustin Ubal, James Nagy, 2 of the youngsters there for Barca. Both of them imported into the Catalan club. Ubal from Uruguay, Nagy from Nigeria. As we see the coaching head-to-head record, they know each other very well, with the very experienced figure of Velimir Parasovic out on top, with 4 wins to 2 over Jasikevicius. This his 12th season in the competition, and he knows Barcelona better than most venues because, as well as his time in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague, he's had 3 separate spells with Baskonia in Spain and time with Valencia. So he's been a regular visitor to Palau Blaugrana in domestic action as well as in European competition. Just 3 minutes away from tip-off in this final game of 2021 for Barca. As we look at the starting 5s now, it's the 2 Browns, Hezonja, Uzinski and Voroncevic, who will be the 5 on the floor for the visiting team. And for Barcelona, Exum, Laprovitola, Mirotic, Davies and Oriola. So he's going big, isn't he, early on? Coach Jasikevicius with Mirotic, Davies and Oriola all on the floor in the opening tip. I don't believe we've seen that before from Jasikevicius. Not that I can recall anyway. 3 bigs all starting at the same time. Oriola's only started twice this season. Davies only 4 times. They usually appear off the bench. Mirotic is the only Barca player who has started every game. Laprovitola has started 8 of the 16 games, so it is a rather experimental starting 5, but Barca have had time to work with their shortened roster because they did not play in the Spanish League at the weekend due to their scheduled opponents, Baxi Manresa, having a lot of COVID cases. So Barca are, although they're shortened numbers, they are relatively rested. Damir Javor, Mehdi Defala and Ryan Perandi are the men with the whistles, and they will lead the players out onto the court for the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague anthem. We're reaching the midway point of the regular season. It is the leaders against 4th, Barca against UNICS. Festive cheer then at the Palau Blaugrana. Holiday season very soon will be upon us. There is another set of games tomorrow before much of Europe heads into Christmas celebrations, and then another set of games next week before we head into the new year. No such thing as a winter break in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. These players will keep on entertaining us throughout the holiday period. And really a good game set up tonight. Barca against UNICS, you might look at it and think, well, Barcelona favourites, unbeaten at home, finalists last season, but UNICS so confident, and Barca missing 5 players. And it's going to be an intriguing game. And no player to keep an eye on more than Mario Hezonja, going up against Barca at Palau Blaugrana for the first time since he left the club. And it's the opening tip won by UNICS Voroncevic. There's a first touch for Hezonja. He wants to have a dribble at Exum. Steps back for the 3. Well, that's not a bad start, is it? Super Mario quickly off the mark. He'll want to put on a show tonight. You know that. And he started well. La Provitola gets it back from Oriola. This big lineup to start the game for Barca. Davies is playing as the big man with Oriola in the wing with Mirotic, but the shot is missed. And Hezonja with point guard duties again, as it was in the opening play, rather than Lorenzo Brown, who normally takes that role. Not sure Lorenzo Brown's even touched it yet. It's Voroncevic. I'm not sure Hezonja was ready for that, but he's going to take on another 3 and make it. Oh, come on. Super Mario. 2 triples in a minute to start the game on his former home floor. He really does want to make fans of his old team sit up and take notice tonight, and that's an incredible start. Mirotic now, can he get going up against John Brown? Nice pass for Davies, kicked out for the 3, and it's good from Dante Exum. It's a tale of triples. We've not even seen... No, we did have 1 2-point attempt, didn't we, from Oriola that was missed. Or now, here goes Lorenzo Brown for the first time leading the play. Has to send it out. Exum nearly getting the steal, which is the speciality of UNICS. They have more steals than anyone else in the competition. Quite a lot more. 9.3 steals per game for UNICS. Second best is Fenerbahce with 8.7. And the leader in the competition in that category is Brown, as Mario this time goes inside. 8 points in 2 minutes for Mario Hezonja. What a start. Exum. Davies looking for the pass, but that was rather telegraphed and easy for John Brown to get another steal. Now he's taking the pass, met at the rim by Exum, who I think got a piece of that. Now La Provitola into Mirotic. The high entry pass allowed Mirotic to stay basket side, and then an easy finish for him. High press from La Provitola on Lorenzo Brown. And now Uzinski. And back to Mario. Not again, surely. He's scored on every attempt so far. This time it's Voroncevic who doesn't get the 3 to go. Little short. And La Provitola will look to attack with pace. Draws the first foul of the game. It's been a very free-flowing game until that point. As we look at Mario's hits, a couple of 3-pointers with his team's first possession, and then the excellent layup finish as he was falling away from the basket. Another foul whistled, again on Uzinski, so Velimir Parasovic must be thinking of his options from the bench. Uzinski stays in on those 2 fouls. Here's Brandon Davies, lovely spin. He's got such dexterity and agility. And he finishes well there. Barca getting back in it, 7-8. And they get a steal with Davies now. Finding Mirotic. UNICS get back well. And it's Laprovitola. Mirotic wants it to post up on Voroncevic. Now he goes on the dribble. Off the glass, no good. Rebound taken by Voroncevic. Buzinski in transition finds Lorenzo Brown. John Brown. The Browns combining to good effect. First points of the night for John, second assist for Lorenzo. Lapro to Exum. Oh, lovely pass from Brandon Davies. Over the shoulder, into the stride of Pierre Oriola. Both offenses moving well. As Lorenzo kicks it out for Rosinski. And he adds a 3. This long-range shooting from UNICS, outstanding so far, 3 of 4. And they haven't even had the league's leading three-point scorer in terms of quantity in the game yet. His air cannon. Oriola makes another 2. Now here goes John Brown. He was going to be met by Brandon Davies, who fouled him. And it'll be a 3-point play opportunity for John Brown, who pulled out of the dunk when he saw Davies closing in on him. Takes the layup instead with the contact. And so John Brown has the chance now to go to 5 points in the game. It was all Mario Hezonja at first. 8 points in the first 3 minutes. Since then, no others have got involved. Notably, John Brown with 4 points now. 4 assists already for Lorenzo. Laprovitola. Oriola. Barca have found their inside game in the last couple of possessions. Mirotic looking from outside now, and he shows Super Mario that he's got a pretty smooth stroke from long range as well. Now Voroncevic, he can hit from distance as well. Turnaround this time, no good, and rebound taken by Oriola. Barcelona with a chance to go in front in this fast-scoring start. Lovely dribble from Laprovitola, who's fouled by Lorenzo Brown. And that will be the first timeout. It has flown by these opening few minutes. Offenses both performing very smoothly. Excellent percentages for both teams. 14-15, UNICS with the lead. And we'll just step away from this game to look forward to a good one coming up next week. Every game definitely matters in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. These are your last fixtures of the year 2021 coming up next week. Fenerbahce, Real Madrid. How about that one? Fenerbahce getting on a roll. UNICS, the informed side we're watching today, taking on Anadolu Efes. Barca have an all-Spanish affair against Baskonia. Some good games coming up next week in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague, and that's the beauty of this competition. There are good games every week. That's the whole point. We've got the best 18 teams in Europe in a true league format. It's so competitive, it's so high quality. And here's Barca looking for a first lead. Dante Exum can't get it. Lorenzo Brown. They've got Cannon into the game for the first time as Lorenzo Brown keeps the three-point party rolling. Tonya Jakiri has come into the action as well in place of Voroncevic. Buzinski has been replaced by Cannon. Barca with the same 5 on the floor that started. But Kuric and Jokubaitis ready to come in for the next stoppage. Is Davies, can't quite gather it, but it will be Barca ball. And now we'll have those changes for Barca. Exum and La Provitola go off. Jokubaitis and Karl Kuric into the game. It's going to have to be catch and shoot from Kuric. And I think there was a problem with the shot clock there. It didn't start. Okay, well, they're giving a foul. I just got the feeling the clock didn't start at the right time, and Kuric got a split second more than he should have done, but he did draw the foul. And now Sheta Shanley, he replaces Brandon Davies. As Kuric goes to the line, there was a big shock in Barca's last home game, the Clásico win. Karl Kuric missed a free throw. He'd had a run of something like 55 in a row until that point, but he'll look to get another streak started now. UNICS holding on to the lead by 2 points. Lorenzo Brown keeping it away from Jokubaitis. Hezonja sets a screen. Still Lorenzo Brown, baseline, jumper, good. Made that look easy, just eased his way into the paint, and then when the chance presented itself, took the shot. Smoothly finished. Mirotic. Kuric going up against Isaiah Cannon. John Brown looking for another steal. They've got Shanley on the perimeter going up against Jakiri here. Tough turnaround shot that barely grazed the rim, and look at them fighting for the ball, UNICS. Then Lorenzo Brown for Jakiri. Too much on the layup, but that's because he was being fouled by Shanley. But we saw there a perfect demonstration of the hustle of UNICS, their energy. When that ball fell loose after the missed shot by Shanley, there were 3 UNICS players scrabbling for it on the ground, and then immediately sending it down court for Jakiri, who will go to the line now. Fair to say, free throw shooting is not his forte. He's made now 11 of 24 for the season, but looks like he's putting that right. Comfortably puts away those 2. UNICS up by 6, 3 minutes to play in the first. 22 points in 7 minutes for UNICS Kazan. Jokubaitis. He would go all the way himself. He used his teammates as decoys and drives through to get his first points. John Brown takes on the long 2, and they're just making everything. Timeout called by Šarūnas Jasikevičius, who won't be happy with his team's defense, but partly you've just got to credit UNICS for their smooth shooting. They're making everything go. Let's go and listen in to Coach Jasikevičius' timeout. Apologies in advance for any language.
Which one of you gave contact? Except for bullshit steals. One defense, how many times? Get the fuck out of here, people, eh? Come on, man. Show the 3.
Well, this was the score from Jokubaitis, but it's at the other end that Barca need to focus their attentions. If UNICS keep on scoring like this, they will win the game. Simple as that. They've made 5 of 7 2-pointers, 4 of 5 3-pointers. Phenomenal percentages. Barca have the ball now. They get Smits in the game. As the foul is called on Jekiri. And now Laprovitola is returning. Clear foul there by Tonje Jekiri. In his 3rd EuroLeague season, formerly with Baskonia and Asvel. And that actually was the 5th team foul, so there will be free throws upcoming for Nikola Mirotic. OJ Mayo is stepping in for UNICS for the first time, replacing Hezonja. So UNICS going with Lorenzo Brown, Cannon, Mayo, John Brown and Jekiri. And it's with Lorenzo. 5 points, 5 assists already for Lorenzo Brown. We'll look for another now. Gives it to Cannon. He sends it towards Jekiri, who's able to take it as Shanley couldn't quite make the interception. And Jekiri finishes well underneath the basket. Laprovitola. Smits drawing the foul, so he'll go to the line. It's been a pretty quiet season so far for Roland Smits. But he did give decent performances last week in Barca's road wins over Zvezda and Panathinaikos. Also had his most minutes in a game in that second one at Panathinaikos. 22 minutes was the most he's played. Season high 9 rebounds for Smits in that one as well. And he gets both free throws. 90 seconds to go in the first quarter that has flown by with a flurry of offense. A lot of it from Lorenzo Brown. Isaiah Cannon looks to go off the glass, and he was fouled. And it will be on Karl Kuric in the act of shooting. Mirotic will go to the bench. He's delivered his usual high standards for Barca, 7 points. And he's replaced by Michael Caicedo. Normally it would be Smits who comes in the game for him, but Smits already on the floor, of course, with those absentees, forcing Jasikevičius to find someone else to play the role that Nigel Hayes-Davis would normally take. Smits is doing that, so Caicedo is stepping in now for Mirotic. Both free throws are good from Cannon. Now John Brown is going to the bench, and Jarrell Brantley will get his first taste of the action. He's going to be guarding Smits. Laprovitola looking for Kuric coming off the screen for the three. No good. Great rebound from Shanley. Get a second chance for Barca to narrow the 6-point margin. Laprovitola hangs it out with his right hand and kisses it off the glass, escaping the attentions of Jekiri to score his first points of the game. Final minute of the first quarter. Here's Cannon's first 3-point attempt. It's no good. Caicedo takes the rebound and gives it to Lapro. Spins away from Lorenzo Brown. They switch, and now they've got a big size advantage for Shanley. Good ball movement. They found Smits in the corner, very short on the shot, but another rebound for Caicedo. This time off the offensive glass, and Kuric will try to take advantage, and he does. The three-pointer, Michael Caicedo had a big part in that, getting the offensive rebound and circulating it quickly. Karl Kuric gets his first triple of the night. Final play now. Barca have a foul to give, and Lapro uses it. His first. Smooth as you like from Karl Kuric, who will go to the bench now, as will Laprovitola and Shanley, as Oriola, Jokubaitis and Exum come in for their defense for the final 5.6 seconds. No more fouls to give for Barca. UNICS would love to get it in the hands of Cannon. Instead, it's Mayo, who didn't get a decent shot. Oriola isn't even going to bother trying from inside his own three-point arc. And that means we've reached the end of the first quarter, a very high-scoring quarter. Let's hope it stays this way. Thoroughly enjoyable for the neutrals. As it comes to an end, Barca 27, UNICS 28. A good game so far at Palau Blaugrana. It's all about Mario Hezonja in the opening couple of minutes. 8 points for him in 3 minutes, but none since, and others have got involved. Mirotic leading the way for Barca. John Brown doing a good job for UNICS with 6 points. He's also got his customary steal. There'll be more of them, no doubt. Lorenzo Brown has been leading the offense superbly. 5 points and 5 assists for him. Laprovitola and Jokubaitis have got their first scores as well. And here are the stats so far. Look at these shooting percentages. Very, very good. That's why it's such a high-scoring game, of course. 75%, 57 for UNICS, 60 and 60 for Barca. Lorenzo Brown was the best performer of that first quarter with a PIR of 11. Thanks to those 5 assists that I mentioned, which is as many as the whole Barca team. Fine game so far from Lorenzo, a new signing, one of the many at UNICS this season. Formerly with Fenerbahce and Crvena Zvezda, of course, in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. And one of 9 new arrivals at UNICS for this new campaign. So Barca trailing by 1, coming out with Jokubaitis, Caicedo, Kuric, Smits and Shanley. UNICS have Marco Spissu in the game for the first time, the Italian. And he's guarding Jokubaitis. It's Shanley. He's a threat from the perimeter, so is Karl Kuric, who goes inside this time. Cannon was contesting the shot, but Kuric continued his good start to the game. He's up to 7 points and gives Barca a lead, which I believe is their first. I don't recall Barca being ahead until now. Spissu, Mayo, John Brown, Cannon and Brantley in the game for UNICS, who get another score for John Brown. Up to 8 points and quickly taking the lead back. Nice pass from Brantley to find him. Rokas Jokubaitis getting away from Spissu, looking for Shanley, who just waits for the pass to arrive. Sends up the shot as he takes plenty of contact from Brantley, who is a very robust defender. He's a big, big body, Brantley. More in thickness than height. 2 meters 1, but he's very solidly built. And Shanley felt a fair bit of that. Barca believe that should be called an unsportsmanlike because of the heavy contact that was made, but it's not going to be. Shanley has made 12 of 16 free throws this season. That's 75%. Both teams are shooting everything well so far. We've had combined 11 of 12 from the free throw line, as well as all the good field goal shooting. And Shanley continues that. John Brown, the only player to have missed a free throw so far. Spissu then leading the offense for UNICS now. Holds on to it and finds Cannon, who steps back. That's a tough shot and can't make it. And Caicedo with the loose ball. He's picking up a lot of pieces for Barca. Not filling up the stat sheet, but doing a useful job. And now Jokubaitis goes baseline. It had it closed out. Back for Kuric, who wants another one. No good. What a rebound from Shanley, who puts it back well. That's a second offensive rebound for Shetak Shanley. And that one he turned into quick points to make it a 3-point lead for the home side. Here's OJ Mayo trying to squeeze his way through, and he does it well. Not sure how he found the space there to even release the shot, but it was smooth, and his first points. Jokubaitis. Spissu sticking to him, and there's John Brown, the specialist in steals, and the big finish. John Brown. No one better in the competition than him at robbing the ball, and then he was able to go on the fast break and throw down the dunk. He advances to double digits and gives UNICS a lead again. Jokubaitis under all sorts of pressure. Shanley in there again, battling for the rebound and drawing the foul. OJ Mayo picking up his second foul there. As we saw the replay of that fine effort by John Brown. Shaban Jasikovic is not happy with something that Rokas Jokubaitis has done, as Dante Exum returns to the game, replacing Jokubaitis. Laprovitola bowls it in. Took a touch from John Brown. UNICS have spent the second quarter so far with two of their key players on the bench, but now Hezonja returns. Lorenzo Brown, the other one I'm referring to, still on the bench. Hezonja back in for Mayo after that second foul. And there's a foul on John Brown, which is his first. Still plenty of time. A nice pass from Lapro, but Kuric loses it. And Cannon to Hezonja. He'll be eager to add to his 8 points. Scored in the first 3 minutes. Spissu looks for Mario, who sends it back for Brantley now. Smith's trying to stop him. Brantley can't finish. Smith rebounds. Got quickly back up to his feet and now looks for the pass from Laprovitola. And a good finish from Roland Smith. Good catch and shoot straight away, releasing it to make sure there was no time for the defense to close him down. A fourth assist for Laprovitola and another lead for Barca. Marco Spissu. John Brown setting the screen, then rolling, but Spissu takes it in himself and finishes well. Floating it in. First points for the Italian. And yet another lead change and losing count. Laprovitola. And Shanley. Hezonja got a piece of it, but then he and Brantley got in each other's way. And so one of them got the last touch when they could have taken it cleanly. Good work done by Shanley there, but he will have a break now as Brandon Davies comes back into the action and immediately receives the pass. Gives it back to Jokubaitis, who is able to wriggle away to find the pass to Laprovitola. He has it swiped away, and it will be Barcelona ball. It's going to have to be a catch and shoot because 0.4 left on the clock. John Brown didn't think he touched it, but there's not going to be much time for Barca to do anything here other than the quick screen off the inbound pass and then an immediate shot. You find Davies. He takes on the three, but he didn't get it away in time. Coach and referee may differ on that. Spissu, John Brown rolling to the basket, Brantley to Hezonja. They switch onto Davies, now John Brown turns around and gets a shot up but no good. Towering rebound taken by Davies. The shooting percentages have dipped in this second quarter, the scoring has slowed from both teams. Great improvisation from Brandon Davies, crashing into the advertising board and glitching it. Don't think that will be showing the messages it's supposed to for the rest of the game. Throwing the ball into Hezonja to make sure that Barca keep possession. Davies now posting up on John Brown, who goes in for another steal. Actually, it was Brantley who initially was there. Does well. Here's Hezonja. Foul on the floor called on Exum. First in the quarter on Barca. Brantley. Smits leaves him alone, asks him to shoot the three. He declines. Now he will, though, and that's why he declined. Not having a good shooting season, Brantley, very low percentages. Here's Laprovitola at the other end. He is having a good three-point shooting season. Misses that. Brantley is 3 of 22 for the season from long range. John Brown, Hezonja, and another one. Another one bites the dust for Mario Hezonja. 3 of 3 from long range. 11 points. UNICS up by 4 now. Laprovitola stolen away by John Brown, and there's the pass for Hezonja, who was fouled. As Spissu produced a fancy pass. Look at the active hands of John Brown. As Hezonja then ran into Laprovitola, or Laprovitola ran into him. The referees will discuss it. And before we return to the action, we're going to have a timeout. Midway through the second quarter, good game here. UNICS up by 4.
the ball here. No. Okay, hey. Play 4 up. 4. Receive. Pass to the 4, this guy, and 2 bigs from the shooter. Okay. Bravo.
Well, here's how the leaders swapped hands in this game. It's been mostly UNICS in command of things. Barca had a brief period in front, but didn't last long. UNICS quickly exerting their dominance again as Spissu now finds Hezonja. Mirotic has returned for Barcelona. Hezonja finding the pass, and it drops just for Cannon. So that lead grows to 6. First field goal of the night for Cannon. Exum for Mirotic. Davies up against Hezonja. And in the end, a travel's going to be called against Brandon Davies. Took a dance move too many on that occasion. Good defense from Hezonja, and look at that stat. 7 turnovers for Barca, only 1 for UNICS. That is excellent work by the visiting side. John Brown took contact from Roland Smits. And that was a shooting foul, so John Brown returning to the line. He's the only player who's missed one today. Not this time. Fantastic game he's had. 3 steals already. He is the league leader in steals, an average of 2.4 per game, so he's already beaten that. And he's able to get the second free throw in as well, so he's up to 12 points now. Exum to the bench, Kuric in, so Barca have Jokubaitis, Kuric, Smits, Mirotic and Davies. It's the same 5 that they started with the exception of Jokubaitis instead of Laprovitola. A big lineup. And it's turned over again, is it? Yes, it is. Picked up by Cannon. Oh, misses the easy layup, but all credit to Tonje Jakiri for staying in the game just in case he was needed, and he was, because Cannon fluffed it. So Jakiri said, don't worry, I got you. And he gave UNICS a 10-point lead, which leads Šarūnas Jasikevičius to call timeout. Barca need to change things here. UNICS are running away with it at the moment. Let's listen how Saras wants to do so.
I'm here to help you. If you don't want to play, I will sit down. Congratulations, the Christmas will come. Yes or yes, it will be there. It's just a little bit shameful preparation here. 5, Kyle. 5 receives the ball. Roland, Nico, Rokas. Pass the ball to 5. Okay, Kyle, after you get Brandon, Rokas cuts. You go for Roland. Roland curls in. Stanley, protect the ball. Okay, 52, Kyle.
A very clear message then from Šarūnas Jasikevičius to his players. I'm here to help you. If you don't want to play, I'll just sit down. Christmas will come anyway. This is a shameful preparation. Not happy with his players as they have fallen to a 10-point deficit here in the second quarter. Let's see if they can respond as the coach would wish. Shanley's returned to the action. Here he is. Davis, who sat down. Kuric on the perimeter. Shanley has it taken away. Again, John Brown was in there. Alley-oop. And it's Jakiri who misses a simple one this time. UNICS should be further ahead. Jokubaitis to the corner for Mirotic, looking for the three. Off the mark this time. Smits nearly had it. And there's volleyball being played down there before eventually it comes to Shanley. And Kuric for the three off the mark. Mario pops it out, but it goes straight to Jokubaitis. Mirotic in the end can't score. Shanley can't. Very messy. And in the end, it's Mirotic who restores some order by putting that away. And it's Velimir Parasovic who wants the timeout this time after seeing his team fail to pick up the pieces after the ball was bobbling around there for so long. Barca pull two back after a really scrappy play. Let's listen to Velimir Parasovic.
Okay, now it's important. Found something. So, Jokubaitis is point guard, no. Jokubaitis is point guard, no.
Yeah, this one.
Okay. So listen, even like this, we play 31 to post up with you. You are ready. To attack, they play double team. So 31 for the pass to the Lorenzo, they play post up. With a full move. You understand?
The one thing that is in Barca's favour so far is the rebounding. 19-6. They're destroying UNICS on the boards. One thing that you have to take into account for that is that Barca have been missing more shots, so therefore had more opportunity to get rebounds, but they've got 8 offensive rebounds so far of 13 misses. That's a pretty impressive ratio. UNICS with just 1 offensive board off 11 misses. Cannon for John Brown. Lorenzo Brown's back in the action, but he couldn't receive that pass. UNICS out there with Lorenzo Brown, Cannon, Hezonja, John Brown and Jakiri. 2 minutes to play in the first half. 8-point margin in favour of UNICS. Kuric on Cannon. Offensive foul. They don't think much of that. But it was Shanley who ran straight into John Brown. Clear foul. A second on Shanley, who as a result is replaced by Davies. Lorenzo Brown gets it back from Cannon, who's not made a 3 yet. He's made more than any other player in the competition so far this season. 3 per game. Hezonja, he's made 3 already. John Brown with a tough shot off the mark. Jakiri battling for the rebound, gets it. Now they get an offensive board. He's back in the hands of Super Mario. Lorenzo Brown inside for Jakiri. Smits does really well to make the save. Jokubaitis in transition now. Has to kick it out to Mirotic, who backs away for the 3. Shot is long, no good. Hezonja flips it high in the air and it's into the arms of Lorenzo Brown. So no offensive board for Barca that time. Last minute of the half. Lorenzo Brown takes on the shot, no good. Another offensive rebound, and John Brown was being fouled by Smits as he tried to send the shot up. So a second foul on Roland Smits, and free throws will be the outcome for John Brown, who's been maybe the player of the half so far. Just looking at the stats, he has the best PIR, so that backs up that statement. PIR of 16 with 4 steals, 12 points, a couple of rebounds. And he'll have the chance to add to that now from the line. Nope. He does make that one. So 9-point margin, 44 seconds. And Jokubaitis, Kuric. Wanted to feed it inside for Davies, who got the physical mismatch on Cannon. Now it comes to him. He's crowded out. And the pass flicked off a fingertip of UNICS. So Barca retain possession of the ball, but with only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Not long to work something here. And then there'll be one more possession for UNICS, and then it'll be half-time. For Kuric, for Jokubaitis, for the three, no good. Hezonja rebounds, and now UNICS will try and make sure nothing else other than their shot with the last couple of seconds, ideally for them. Lorenzo Brown, Jakiri on the screen. They switch Lorenzo onto Brandon Davies, and he lays it up, no good. 2 seconds, Kuric can't even get a shot away. So no addition to the scoreline. A low scoring second quarter, very much so. Won by UNICS though, 10-18. So at the break, they have the advantage. At Palau Blaugrana, Barca are halfway towards their first home loss of the season. UNICS are on their way to a 4th straight win. Been a good half for them on both sides of the ball. And it is 37-46. UNICS leading at Barcelona at the break.
Turkish Airlines. 7 days. PKT. And Adidas. Official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
So it's been a good first half. It started off with fireworks from Mario Hezonja. Scored 8 points in the first 3 minutes. Barca started to get moving and did go in front briefly early in the second quarter. But it didn't last for long. UNICS then, with their excellent ball hawking skills, none more so than John Brown, who had a fast break dunk after one of those steals. And Lorenzo Brown has performed well as well. Isaiah Cannon missed an easy layup, but Tonya Jakiri helped him out by putting it away. It was a very scrappy sequence here that ended with Mirotic putting it in for 2 of his 9 points. Here's the stats. The shooting percentages really dipped in that second quarter, but it's UNICS who have the better of both of them. 7 steals already for UNICS. 20 rebounds to 10 for Barca. It's the only thing that's kept them alive in this game. John Brown, the best player in the second quarter, with a PIR of 9. He had a good first quarter as well, but in that second quarter, 7 points, 3 steals, and he is the leader in the game in point scoring and PIR, level with Hezonja, both of them on 16. We're going to step back to last week's action now and look at some highlights from round 16. Fenerbahce overwhelmed Baskonia. Jan Vesely with 13 points and 5 rebounds as the host led all the way. Nando De Colo also led the way with another dominant display, 17 points and 6 steals, a 4th straight win for Fener. A thriller at the Oaca as Barca narrowly defeated Panathinaikos. Nicolas Laprovitola putting the visitors into an early lead on his way to 18 points on the night. Panathinaikos hung in there. Big man Yorgos Papagiannis reclaiming the lead on his way to 11 points and 8 rebounds. It stayed close till the end, but Nikola Mirotic came up clutch in the final minutes. He scored 20 points and extended the unbeaten run to 8 games. Anadolu Efes Istanbul took down Maccabi Pleitika Tel Aviv. Ante Zisic led Maccabi to a strong start. He scored 23 points on the night. But with an inspired display from Shane Larkin, Efes got back into the game and took the win. 26 points on the night for Larkin. Two of the league's top teams clashed in Milan as AX Armani Exchange Milan hosted Real Madrid. Los Blancos off to a fast start behind Fabian Cozer, who scored 17. Milan surged back, closing the gap with Siobhan Shields, who's since been ruled out long-term with injury, leading all scorers with 18 points, but Real held on for the win. Friday night tipped off at the Basket Hall Kazan, where a powerful Tonye Jakiri gave UNICS an early lead on his way to 20 points. Žalgiris refused to give up. Marek Blažević putting the visitors ahead early in the second half. With the teams deadlocked at the start of the fourth quarter, UNICS then pulled away. Mario Hezonja capping off a 10-0 run to secure another win for UNICS. In a game that went to the wire, CSKA Moscow overcame Alba Berlin. The host started strong with Mauro Lowe on his way to 26 points. Joel Bolomboy gave a big effort at both ends of the court. He made 2 blocks, a spectacular one here. The two teams were inseparable, but it was Johannes Voigtmann who helped the visitors pull away for the victory. 16 points for him on the night, including this key triple. Zenit St. Petersburg took an early lead over Asvel, with Arturas Gudaitis impressing on the night, 15 points and 7 rebounds. And the home debut of Sasha Obradovic, the new Monaco coach, Mike James led the fight back. But Jordan Lloyd scored 14 of his 20 points in the fourth quarter, topping off an 11-0 run, ensuring that Zenit would take the victory. Olympiacos stayed perfect at home as they crushed Asvel at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. Sasha Vezenkov with 15 points on the night. The star of the show, though, was Tyler Dorsey. 19 points in 21 minutes for him, as Olympiacos moved to 11-5. Asvel 4 losses in a row. And finally, a thriller at the Alexander Nikolic Hall saw Crvena Zvezda overcome Bayern Munich. Nikola Kalinic pacing the Serbian side with 20 points, including a big slam here. After 3 tightly contested quarters, Othello Hunter gave Bayern a narrow lead with a big alley-oop. A double-double for Hunter, 11 points, 10 rebounds. But Zvezda surged back to claim the victory. Luka Mitrovic with 9 points and 8 assists, as the home fans could celebrate. Now we'll check out the best plays from round 16.
Weilerbab, picked off by Mike Zerbis, who continues to make a positive impact. What an outlet pass. It's a 2-on-2, and is finished with a fast break jam by Nikola Kalinic. Flanking all over Ognjen Yaramaz.
Vesely handing it off to Decolo. Wrap around and enjoy the flight, because the Czech jet has taken to the sky. And Balomboy away from Oscar da Silva. Balomboy with his second big block of the half. And Baskonia having to battle for possession themselves, force a rare turnover on Fenner. Lamar Peters up to Wade Baldwin, who checks his opponent into the highlight reel hotel. Baldwin putting Polonara on a poster. Bounce pass through the eye of the needle, and Joel Balomboy going big in Berlin tonight. The double-handed reverse, a Balomboy blockbuster.
Turkish Airlines. 7 days. BKT. And Adidas. Official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Half-time at Palau Blaugrana, round 17 of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. We're reaching the halfway point of the season. Barcelona, if they win, will have the best record at the halfway point of a season of any team since the league took its new structure 5 years ago. UNICS, though, are not allowing that to happen at the moment. It's been a very good start from the Russian team, who really are looking a big force. Mario Hezonja has done a great job, and we'll hear what his views are on that first half.
Mario, what's your opinion about the first half?
We started very well. We just got to control them defensively, box them out, control the rebound a little bit better. We should be fine.
Thanks, Mario.
Thank you.
Well, he's not missed one yet. 100% for 2 points, 100% for 3 points. 3 of 3, that is, from long range. A couple of rebounds as well in his 15 minutes in the game. And we'll hear the other perspective from Pierre Oriola for Barcelona.
Pierre, what's your opinion about the first half?
Too much easy baskets. They play more aggressive than us, and that's the key of the game.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was basically the point made by the coach, Šarūnas Jasikevičius. We'll hear from him very shortly as well, as we see the stats for Oriola. 3 rebounds for him. One of the reasons that Barca are close is their domination of the rebounding battle so far, but they've got to stop they've got to stop UNICS, excuse me, from scoring so many easy baskets. Velimir Parasovic should be a fairly happy coach so far. Let's hear from him.
Coach, what do you need to do in the second half to keep the advantage?
The Barcelona is a great team, so offensively we need to play like in second half defense. Obviously not like a first half. And we need to stop their offensive rebound. They are really big. A lot of time they have 3 big men in the court, so the offensive rebound make us problem.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
There's a shot zone for UNICS Kazan. 5 of 11 from 3-point range, but that's mostly down to Hezonja. 3 of 3 for him, so everyone else is going 2 of 8. But still, they'll be very happy with their tally so far of 46 points. Šarūnas Jasikevičius, no doubt, less happy with what he's seen. Let's find out what he had to say.
Coach, what do you need to improve in the second half?
Our mentality, our readiness to play. I didn't get my team ready to play. It's so obvious. Fast break points, 10 turnovers. We cannot catch the ball even. They're smacking the ball from our hands. I mean, so far it's ugly a little bit.
Thanks, Coach.
He's not liking what he's seeing, is he? And the shooting percentages here in the shot zone, they've not been too bad. 56% from inside. 3 of 10 3-pointers, but it is the defense They've got those 9 second chance points. That's because of all the offensive rebounds that they've been able to score. Those second chance points. 8 offensive rebounds for Barca so far, but as he said, 10 turnovers. Second half will be upon us very shortly. The players are ready, the referees are ready, we're ready for the second half, the final game of 2021 at the Palau Blaugrana. Barca have a trip to Baskonia next week, the final game of the year. They will head there, top of the standings either way, because they have the head-to-head advantage over Real Madrid for now after beating them in El Clasico. And in the last home game, coach and referee exchanging some kind of opinions there as we get ready to get underway. Jokubaitis, Kuric, Exum, Mirotic and Shanley. So a very different starting 5 from the 5 that started the game for Jasikevičius. Here's Jokubaitis. Looking to get around Jakiri, who fouls him. Just questioning the call, Tonje Jakiri. And that's his second foul. UNICS are starting with Lorenzo Brown, Isaiah Cannon, Mario Hezonja, John Brown and Tonje Jakiri. Jokubaitis to the line for the first time today. It's one thing Barca have done well for sure is their free throw shooting, 9 of 9. And 10 of 10. But now, let's see what kind of defensive effort Barca can give, or if UNICS can keep on moving smoothly. Hezonja did all the damage at the start of the game. He moves to the baseline. Inside now, coming off the screen to receive the pass. They always wanted to get it to Hezonja. He's only got 2 seconds to shoot, sends it up, and he's missed one, but the putback is in. What a finish from John Brown. Somehow flying in to get the putback with the foul from Mirotic as well. That is spectacular. I'm not sure how he did that. With contact, flying outside the court, somehow putting it back in. Amazing play. Misses the free throw. Could have made it a 3-point play. Exum switches on to John Brown. Now Kuric with the quick release 3, no good. Nearly getting another offensive rebound there was Mirotic. Does have possession though. After the foul was whistled on Hezonja. See there, got a grip of Mirotic. Has it on the perimeter now. Goes at Jakiri. But it loses it. There's Lorenzo Brown goes behind the back. He was fouled by Jokubaitis. Lorenzo Brown looking for the pass, finds John Brown. Lorenzo now with Jakiri setting the screen, takes on the three and makes it. What a good game he's having, Lorenzo Brown. That's his second triple. 8 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. 12-point lead now. Jokubaitis turns it over again. Pass that straight into the hands of Hezonja, who finds John Brown for the slam. And they've not been able to start making life difficult for UNICS. And they're still flowing well, getting these easy scores. And they're still turning over the ball, Barca. Shanley. Kuric has been uncharacteristically poor from beyond the arc today. 1 of 5 triples and another turnover here. Here's Hezonja turning around on Exum. Shanley waiting to help if he looks to penetrate. As he does, spins, sends up the tough shot. Guess who's there? It's Lorenzo Brown continuing his fine game. And he's able to put it away, turning that missed shot by Mario Hezonja into a kind of pass. And moving to double figures, the lead growing to 16. The reaction from Sharon Jasikavic might be a little fierce here.
1 5-4 switch takes you out. Here, you have the 5 position player. 5, point guard, going against the cross pick. It's even better than John Brown. Just give him the fucking ball. We played some kind of defense. 2 offensive rebound here. Jokubaitis, Mirotic. Dante, front to post. When Hezonja is coming, front to post.
Well, there's a long way to go in this game, but they're looking like a bit of a beaten team already, Barca here. 16 points down. This third quarter has been 2-9. And look at the reaction of Sharon Jasikavic just before that timeout. Shanley, the object of his frustration on that occasion. And the run, as Kuric takes on another 3 and misses it, 1 of 6 now. The run, if you go back to the first half, so bridging the interval, is 5-24 in favor of UNICS. Who will look to add to it now with Hezonja. A little short, but he gets the offensive rebound. Lorenzo Brown steps back from the foul line. No good. Bit of an escape there for Barca. Laprovitola, having come back into the game for Jokubaitis. He's going to take on the 3 and makes it. Is that going to be the spark that Barca needed? Nicolas Laprovitola. And there's a technical foul on the coach. Parasovic unhappy with something. I wonder if maybe he felt there was a foul on Lorenzo Brown when he shot at the other end. But he complained about something and continues to. And now he's actually aiming it at his player, Tonje Jakiri. Yeah, see, started his complaint there, Parasovic, before the shot, so it was probably on the previous possession. And Kuric takes advantage of the technical to pull Barca a point closer. So they started a run now, Barca. Can they sustain it and really get back in this game? Lorenzo Brown will try to keep on controlling the tempo, as he's done throughout. Cannon comes off the screen, feeds it to Jakiri. Extra pass from him to John Brown, who continues to light it up. 19 points and 5 steals. 8 of 11 two-point shooting from John Brown. He's been a player of the game for sure so far. Laprovitola with a tough pass, a very risky pass, and another turnover that is immediately going to get a change in the backcourt. Kuric goes off, and Jokubaitis comes in. 14 turnovers for Barca, only 4 for UNICS, and that helps to explain the 14-point margin. Hezonja, Cannon, John Brown, Jakiri moving into position in the paint. Brandon Davies is in the game for Barca, but goes back to Lorenzo Brown. Now Hezonja, tough shot, nowhere near, but offensive rebound. Lorenzo Brown for 3. Lorenzo Brown again picking up the pieces and again turning it into points. He's on triple-double pace at the moment. 13, 5 and 6 for Lorenzo Brown. Here's Brandon Davies. It's a game-high 17-point lead now. Smits able to score off the glass. But Barca need a run. They don't need isolated moments like that. They need a 7-8-0 run, get it down to single digits, and then go from there. Isaiah Cannon hasn't made a triple tonight. Lorenzo Brown, he wants another one. He doesn't get this one. And an uncontested rebound from Mirotic this time. And then the foul on John Brown as he makes contact with Brandon Davies. And the pass from Laprovitola. Brown wanted a double dribble there. You see that signaled by Parasovic. Actually, that was the technical a couple of minutes ago, so that was why he was complaining. Well picked up by our production team. Didn't lead to anything for Barca, though. Now can they? Smits has it knocked out of his hands by Hezonja. Hezonja came through as a youngster at Barca so long ago that one of his teammates initially was Šarūnas Jasikevičius. A long time has passed since then. Laprovitola finds Davies, 5 seconds on the shot clock. It's going up against Vorincevic, who's come back in, and now Mirotic, no good. Smits got the rebound initially and then does for the second time. Mirotic shooting over Lorenzo Brown and makes it. Well, who else would provide the spark for Barca other than Nikola Mirotic? He moves into double figures. Timeout called by Velimir Parasovic. Barca threatening to get back into it. 48-60 now. John Brown has delivered a great performance. He's known throughout the European basketball scene for his ability to grab steals, but he's added a lot of points tonight as well. That was the best basket for me. The offensive rebound that off balance he somehow was able to finish. A dunk as well on the pass from Hezonja. He's up to 19 points. His season average is 8.9, so he's doubled that. And he's produced a magnificent display tonight. John Brown. Those 19 points equals his career high. This is the first season in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague for him, so not too many games to compare that with, but he did score 19 earlier in the season against Milan. With his next point, he'll set a new personal high. Surely there will be more points. So Barca trying to get back into this one. 4 minutes to play in the third. Lorenzo Brown drawing the foul from Jokubaitis. The fans don't agree. Jokubaitis trying to press, force the steal or force the violation, the backcourt violation of crossing the halfway line, but he did it with just a little too much physical pressure. Here's Lorenzo Brown, floats up the shot, tough one. As he had to get it away just before Brandon Davies got there, but at the moment he's the one single-handedly keeping his team in front by a comfortable margin. Jokubaitis. And there's a foul on Cannon. Four in the quarter now on UNICS, so any more there'll be free throws. Jokubaitis. Smits jostling for position inside. Davies now comes to set the screen and rolls. Jokubaitis has to release the shot. Shot clock was running low. Davies can't get the rebound. Hezonja in transition slows it down. Lorenzo Brown motioning Vorontsevich inside. Now Jakiri, open man in the corner is Cannon, and there it is. It was going to come. Isaiah Cannon, he's hit a three-point shot every game this season. There's his first tonight. Offensive foul against Brandon Davies, moving screen. And in that last minute of play, Barca have fallen behind again by 17, with Cannon striking the three, looking round at the opposition bench. He's up to 7 points. UNICS 8 of 15 now from long range, very good percentage as Lorenzo Brown has stepped on the line, I think. A rare turnover from UNICS. Only their 5th. 13 minutes to go, 17 points the margin. Kuric switching on to Jakiri, and it'll be Laprovitola. Another very good three-point shooter, Laprovitola, 2 of 3 for the night now. And they're applying a press here. Laprovitola's got to give a bit more room than that to Lorenzo Brown, who will escape the press now. Carried into the Barca half. Jakiri sets the screen. Hezonja. Back for Lorenzo. May have a go at Smits here. He does. Steps back. 3. Good. Lorenzo Brown. Another one. 4 triples now from Lorenzo Brown, who's had an enormous third quarter. He always wanted to take on Smits there on the dribble. Step back. 3 points. 18 on the night. And the lead remains 17. And it's 9 of 16 triples converted by UNICS now. Kuric up against John Brown. Laprovitola tries another 3. No good. Look at John Brown soaring high to grab the rebound. Barca haven't been able to get offensive rebounds as they did in the first half. UNICS have improved greatly in that respect. Hezonja feeling a bit left out of all this three-point shooting from his teammates, so he gets back into it with another one, his 4th in 4 attempts, following the strikes from Cannon and Brown. And the lead is 20 for UNICS. Barca just cannot stop them. Here's Smits. Travels. Nothing going Barca's way. A tough night for their team. I say nothing going their way, I mean they can't do anything right. They're struggling offensively. Aside from the odd triple. Can't stop UNICS at the other end. 25 points in this quarter for the Russian team. 10 of 17 three-pointers. Nearly 60% converted. Lorenzo Brown and Mario Hezonja with 4 apiece. Vorontsevich thinks he'll get involved, but he won't. Too much on it, back iron. Exum's back in the game for Barca. who are going to lose at home for the first time this season, surely, is another turnover, but actually it's not in the end because Mirotic was being held by Vorontsevich. That's why he couldn't get onto the pass from Laprovitola. And so it'll be free throws for Mirotic. Barca need to finish this quarter well. They need to score here, then get a stop, then get another score. Pull it down to 16 or 15 if they can, heading into the final quarter. And then if they start the fourth quarter well, you never know. It's looking very unlikely, though. They just really haven't been on their game all night. Mirotic is working his way up to his usual scoring. 14 points now. One thing they've done perfectly still is free throws. Made all 13. And now a travel on Spitsu. So they did get the stop, and they got it very quickly as well, which of course gives them more time to potentially score more points. There is Spitsu. Pressed by Kuric and Mirotic. Now can Barca score again? All sorts of contact. John Brown looking for another steal after Kuric was left on the ground. Just doesn't stop though, John Brown. He is a dynamo. I'll try again. Can Laprovitola find someone cleanly this time? It's Mirotic. Thought about the three, but saw Brown was there. Now wants to post it up. Spins. Lays it up. Beautiful from Mirotic. Now can Barca get another stop if they can, and then score again? Could set up an interesting fourth quarter. UNICS want to keep their momentum, and it's a three-point. Oh, no good, but rebound for Vorontsevich, who kicks it out for Mayo, whose shot was missed. John Brown, mid-range, two, no. Vorontsevich flicks it back, and there's a foul as well. And Mirotic, I think, was the one whistled as he tussled with Vorontsevich, who will go to the line. He hasn't scored yet tonight. Only 50% this season from the foul line, Vorontsevich. Both of those. So 18 points is the margin. Can Barca get a quick one here to make sure they get the ball back? No, they don't get the shot away quickly enough. As Exum now, there's contact off the ball between Mirotic and Mayo, and it's going to be whistled on Mayo, sending there the block of Mayo running into the path of Mirotic. A few words being exchanged. Barca will be hurting. They're not used to being given a lesson like this, especially at home. Well, they've been perfect this season. 7 wins out of 7. That is very much under threat right now. Mirotic is trying to play his part. He improves to 17 points. The only Barca player in double digits. Smits is going to replace Shanley, and Lorenzo Brown back in for Vorontsevich for what will probably be the final play of the third quarter. UNICS will certainly try to make sure that's the case. They won't want to give Barca another chance to score. The fewer possessions Barca have now, the better for UNICS, of course. They escape the press as Laprovitola is going to get whistled for the foul here. The home fans were hoping it would be a charge as Mayo collided with Lapro. There you go. He didn't get his feet set. Well, and that does ensure that Barca will get the ball back, of course. But only after the free throws from O.J. Mayo. 85% free throw shooter this season. Not that one. Now one hops its way in, and so Mirotic comes back in for the final offense for Barca, most probably, unless we have more fouls. Laprovitola, Exum, Kuric, Mirotic and Shanley are the 5 on the floor for Barca. Lapro looks for Kuric, back for Laprovitola, who coughs it up, and there's 3 seconds for Mayo to send up the 3. It's off the mark, and that will end the 3rd quarter. It was dominated by UNICS Kazan. Their excellent performance continues. 28 points for them in that quarter. A flurry of 3s. They lead 57-74. So an excellent 3rd quarter for UNICS. We saw some big plays from John Brown, who's produced those all night. Nikola Mirotic tried to pull Barca back, but the other Brown, Lorenzo, getting involved as well. Cannon hit a 3. Hezonja also got another. And there just wasn't enough defense from Barca to get themselves back in the game. The lead was kept in double digits throughout that quarter and steadily grew as well, up to 17 now, heading into the final period. As we take a look at the stats, 53% from 3-point range, that's a key one. And so too, the turnovers, 17 from Barca. So 10 minutes to play. UNICS closing in on a big victory, but Barca not going to give up on it yet. And they've got an early turnover here. Barca need to start this quarter with a run. After Spitzu it was, who is now sent back to the bench. Pierre Oriola in the game for Barca. We've not seen much of him tonight. Jokubaitis will lead it from the backcourt, switches on to Voroncevic. Mirotic goes to the perimeter, and it's another turnover. And there's John Brown again, and it's O.J. Mayo sinking the 3. And it's a 20-point lead, and it's John Brown once again producing the moment on defense, as he has done all night. Exum trying to score, can't do so. Lorenzo takes the rebound this time. That's his 7th. He finds Voroncevic. Mayo for John Brown, who rolls to the basket now. It goes cross-court to Mayo. He's going to penetrate. Flicks it up off the glass, no good, but it was a long possession, and that is, even if they miss, a good thing for UNICS because it takes time off the clock. Oh, nice move from Exum. Great spin to finish well as well for Dante Exum, up to 5 points. But they've got to start getting stops. And Mirotic, as Barca look to get some transition points, there's a foul on Vorantsevic. It was a nice move here by Exum. Who has the ball again now, going up against John Brown. No easy task. And Brown tries to get the block, but makes the foul. Again, his non-stop hustle. He is just everywhere. Well, this is the steal he got earlier. Another one. He's got 5 steals tonight. He really is the Dennis Rodman of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague with his non-stop hustle. Makes it so uncomfortable for anyone to go up against him. And having maybe the best game of his short so far EuroLeague career, John Brown III. It's taken him a long time to get here. He's 29 years old. He was playing in Brindisi in Italy a couple of years ago, but he's just getting better all the time. He was in the Euro Cup second team last year. He's dominated Barca tonight. Here he is, helping it on to Mayo, who loses it to Jokubaitis. He can take it all the way off the glass and in. And Barca threatening a bit of a comeback here. They pulled it back to 14 points. UNICS maybe getting a little sloppy. Started to turn the ball over a little that they hadn't been doing earlier. And Velimir Parasovic decides that is enough of that, calling the timeout. But we're going to go and listen to what Coach Jasikovic has to say.
They are bringing the ball up. Everybody be close. Roland, Pierre, 5 position players somewhere here. As soon as they are around in these areas, if the ball handler choose one side, force them one side. So the next player around these areas, go. Pierre staying home, everybody else rotate. Use one foul if we don't have it, if we don't steal. If we're in trouble, reach for the ball.
Well, just to add to my Dennis Rodman comparison for John Brown, I'm talking strictly basketball there, you know. I don't think he knows Madonna and has visited North Korea. But he is the defensive star of the league so far this season. He's been doing it on offense tonight as well. But they're continuing their descent into sloppiness. Another turnover as Hezonja couldn't gather that pass. Exum. He turns it over, though, and now the quick transition. Lorenzo Brown holds off. Mirotic misses. Jekiri with a key rebound, though, to give them another chance of scoring. And just steady things. UNICS need to steady things here because they've given Barca a chance of making an unlikely comeback. Lorenzo Brown able to draw the foul from Smits there. But an important couple of minutes coming up for UNICS. If they play it well, score a couple of baskets, get another stop or two, they could pretty much finish the game, which is what Lorenzo Brown is looking to do here. Floats it up, and he was fouled as he did so. And you've got to love the teamwork as well there, the spirit they have. As soon as that whistle was blown, they were sprinting over to Lorenzo Brown to pick him up and gee him up for the free throws that will now result. Conversely, if UNICS have a slow couple of minutes like they have the last couple, and Barca find some rhythm on offense, then we could be looking at a 10-point margin midway through the quarter, and the home team will start to believe. So Lorenzo up to 20 points. Jokubaitis to Exum. Let's see what kind of defense they can produce. Exum for Piero Riola. To the corner for Jokubaitis. Takes on the quick three and makes it. That's his first triple of the night. And it's a 13-point game. Mirotic fouling Mario Hezonja. And that's his third. And he's going to stay in the game, though, because Barca need him right now. Often at this point, he would be resting. Not tonight. Barca are on the brink of losing at home for the first time this season. There's Lorenzo Brown. Hezonja has been pretty quiet in the second half. Only scored 1 3-pointer. Isaiah Cannon off the glass and does well to escape the attentions of Exum. Up to 9 points for Cannon. Jokubaitis. Oriola on the perimeter helps it on for Exum, who switches on to Jakiri. Smits moving into the paint. It goes for Mirotic to take the three. That's why they need him, because he can do that. 3 of 5 from long range for Mirotic, up to 21 points now, the leading scorer in the game. He overtook the two Browns with that. And the fans are getting into it, really for the first time. They've been kept quiet as well by this UNICS performance. Cannon, oh, what a response. And he puts his finger to his lips to silence the crowd. The first time all night that they turned up the volume and he silenced them, which of course had the effect of not silencing them. Exum met by Hezonja. The whistle is blown. Exum wanted to dunk. Mario made sure that didn't happen. And the crowd getting into it again. It's getting a little heated out there. Mirotic in discussion with a couple of the UNICS players. Exum slow to get up after taking that hit from Hezonja. The fans want an unsportsmanlike for excessive force. They continue to exchange words. And Cannon, of course, will get a few jeers from the crowd for this. Not the three-pointer, but his reaction. The shush. Fans don't like that. Turning up the temperature a little. And UNICS, of course, they want to express themselves and enjoy themselves, but they'd be maybe better off just containing it a little. They don't want to get the fans fired up and get Barca fired up and risk a reaction, risk a backlash. They've got this game under control. 15 points up into the final 6 minutes. There's a review on the foul to see whether it was unsportsmanlike. And it's a coach challenge by Jasikevičius. And the question is whether, firstly, there was any attempt to play the ball from Hezonja, and secondly, whether there was excessive force. Cannon wandering around is still getting the jeers. That's the jeering you can hear, is because Cannon is walking the floor as though he owns the place, now applauding the fans. He's loving this. And the fans love getting at him. You love nothing more than, as a sports fan, than a pantomime villain to jeer at. Cannon getting himself fired up. And there's a chant from the home fans now that I won't translate for you. If you speak a bit of Spanish, you might not recognize that from the Barca fans. But now the free throws then, just a normal foul. Well, this was Mirotic getting into it. as Exum makes the free throw. And so it's a 13-point game. Can the new temperature injected into the game turn Barca? Turned over by Brown. Exum lays it up and in. 4 quick points for him. The fans believe now. Barca playing with a newfound intensity that they've lacked all night. The press has escaped. And now it's in the hands of Cannon, so the temperature rises even more. The volume rises even more. John Brown for Mario. He'll step back and draw the contact from Mirotic. And that was cleverly done by Mario Hezonja. Just at a time when Barca were desperate to get a stop, get a missed shot and grab the rebound, Hezonja manufactured that. Made sure that he was fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line for the first time today. Well, for a game that has been so comfortable for UNICS for much of the second half, it's really heated up. And for 5 minutes left, 12-point margin, you wouldn't think that it would have this vibe around it, the tension and the drama that it's grown in the last couple of minutes. But that's the way it is now. The fans haven't given up on it. That means the team aren't allowed to give up on it. 5 minutes to go, 13 points the margin. Comes inside to Smits, who loses it. And it's turned over again, and that elicits a groan from the home fans because they know that every failed possession makes it that much harder, makes it that much more unlikely that their team really will come back here. It's Hezonja. Jakiri spinning and finishing well. He wanted to dunk it, wasn't able to, but was able to adjust his shot and just drop it in over Oriola. Well played by Jakiri. And the lead back up to 15, and it's all very much under UNICS control again. Here's Exum, who provided that little spark for Barca. Fades away, short, Oriola misses. Can kick it out with another rebound. Mirotic for 3, that's short as well. Exum grabs it this time and dances to keep his feet in bounds. La Provitola, it's a long possession, or series of possession for Barca. Mirotic in the end is fouled. Cannon's protesting it, which will make him a little more unpopular with the home fans. Well, they might end up scoring Barca here, but it's taken them about 40 seconds with those missed shots, the rebounds, recycled ball. They need to score more quickly if they're going to get back in this. We need Mirotic to make both threes, both free throws. That's easy for me to say. 6 of 6 so far. Karl Kuric is going to come back in. They need him to start producing. He actually started well, Karl Kuric, but he's missed a lot of shots since then. He's 2 of 7 from the floor. Mirotic is 6 of 6 from the line. Barca have made all 19 and now all 20 of their free throws. Yeah, need more than that, though. Again, the press, 4 of them. Hezonja just about able to keep it. Jakiri for John Brown. Takes on the quick shot. Jakiri for the rebound. Does brilliantly to find John Brown. And I think John Brown didn't make the right decision there. Taking the quick shot. Used the clock to your advantage. They're able to do that in the end thanks to the great work of Jakiri. And it's Lorenzo for 3. Short. But they used the full time in the end. Which means we're in the final 4 minutes now as Cannon fouls Exum. He'll go to the line. Cannon and Mirotic continuing to exchange views. That was a 3rd foul on Cannon, who does the wise thing and just walks away. No need to risk a tech or an unsportsmanlike. Just get away. Get on with the game when you're winning. Exemer's slowly, quietly crept into double figures. 12 points for him now, the only Barca player other than Mirotic who has more than 10 points. But the thing that has killed Barca in this game is 20 turnovers compared to 11 from UNICS. Barca cannot turn the ball over again if they want to make up an 11-point margin in less than 4 minutes. Cannon finding John Brown, and now Hezonja playing with calm. Now he'll dribble. Oh, that's a poor pass though. Was there a touch? I didn't think there was. It just looked like it came out of his hands badly. He's convinced that there was a touch from the defender. The referee is telling him to go away while they discuss it. And it is UNICS ball in the end, so let's see. Oh yeah, well, Mirotic got a touch, but then did it go off the elbow of Hezonja? I'm not sure. UNICS ball though. Jakiri on the perimeter. Lorenzo Brown takes on the deep three on the buzzer. I think he suddenly realised the shot clock was low. No score on that possession. If Barca get a score here, it's a single-digit game with 3 minutes left. Shanley on the perimeter wants to feed Mirotic. He's double-teamed, wriggles away from it to find Kuric in the corner. Tough shot made by Kyle Kuric. Game on. 8-point difference, 3 minutes to play. UNICS need to find their offense again. Listen to the crowd, now they're really in it. Now Barca are really in it. And now we've got a game. It looked impossible a few minutes ago. Mario wants to go one-on-one on Exum. Sends up the three. No good. Who's getting the rebound? Jakiri is. Gives it back to Mario. Another tough shot. It's an air ball. Poor decision from Mario Hezonja. Kuric, can he make another? He can't get the shot away. Mirotic steps inside John Brown, weaves his way to pick up the foul, and he can make it a 6-point game with still more than 2 minutes to go. And he waves to the fans to make more noise, and they respond. Well, this is turning into a great game. It looked like it was going to be a blowout. There was a fourth foul on Hezonja, who's been a little too casual on offense in the last 2 or 3 minutes. A couple of missed shots, nearly turned the ball over. And as well, playing with poise is one thing, but playing a little sloppily is another. Mirotic, 8 of 8 from the line, 9 of 9. Well, if you were here with us, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago, and you saw UNICS winning by the high teens, game over, Barcelona not playing well, everything was flat about them, but perversely, I think the turning point was when Cannon struck a three and then shushed the crowd. That riled them. It riled Barca's players, and it strangely got them back in it. And now he turns it over, and Laprovittola puts it in. What a turnaround! It's a 4-point game. Laprovittola forcing the turnover. The fans are jubilant. Still more than 2 minutes to go, and look at them getting at Cannon. That's who they're aiming these shouts at. Whoa, what a game, what a turnaround, and what a final 2 minutes we have in front of us. Well, we're going to check now the magic moment of the game, and it's the alley-oop reverse layup falling away from Mario Hezonja way back in the first quarter. I think the magic moment of the night, though, may well be ahead of us still, because this game is far from decided and the fans are loving it. For 35 minutes, they weren't really in the game. Barca weren't in the game. UNICS were totally dominant. And here's that latest turnover by Cannon. Quickly picked up by Laprovitola, the full court press from Barca. Look at the fans' reaction. They are desperate for their team to turn this one around and steal a win, having played badly for 3.5 quarters. And maybe Isaiah Cannon might not want to shush the home fans too often in the future. Here's Lorenzo Brown. John Brown, they get it past the halfway line at least. Cannon, and listen to the noise. Public enemy number 1. Final 2 minutes, 4 points the difference. Cannon met by Smits as well now. Lorenzo Brown takes on the 3. It rims out. Barca get a stop and they get the ball to make it a 1-point game, but no, what a steal! What a steal that is by Lorenzo Brown, and there is your magic moment right there. Lorenzo Brown, at the time of the game when Barca were threatening to really get back in it and make it a single possession game, in came Lorenzo with the perfectly timed steal to whip it away from Laprovitola and take it for the easy finish and suck the air out of the Barca fans for a few seconds. What a play.
Rocas or Lapro, I don't care. Rocas or Lapro, I don't care. The play, Kyle, motion side. Give him the ball. Mirotic, you go play motion side. Kyle, whichever side you want, you go screen for Nico. Pop Nico, quick shot.
So they want to set up the quick shot for Nicolas Laprovitola. Velimir Parasovic must be struggling to believe what's happened in the last 10 or 15 minutes in this building. His team seemingly had everything under control, and then Isaiah Cannon shushed the home fans and sparked a response. 6-point game. Kuric, Jokubaitis. It's Mirotic for 3, no good. Kuric with the rebound. Laprovitola goes behind the back. Taking on Lorenzo Brown, he's able to find Jokubaitis, who slices through to score. 72 seconds. Again, the press. Lorenzo Brown escapes it. Another score from UNICS should do it. Should be enough for the win. Shaqiri. Mario wide open for the win. No! And Shaqiri commits the foul, trying to get the rebound. He clobbered Laprovitola. I think it was on an honest play at the ball, but he made a lot of contact there. And Barca is still alive after that miss from Mario Hezonja. And Laprovitola had secured possession, so it's going to be free throws, and it can be a 2-point game inside the final minute. What a game. 20 points UNICS led by not so long ago. If Lapro makes both of these, it'll be 2. It was with 9 minutes left in this game, 57-77. 20-point margin. And it was 69-84 when Cannon made the 3 with 6 minutes left. And then he shushed the fans. And I've made the point a few times, but it was the turning point. 15 points, 6 minutes left, but it wasn't game over because now it's 2. John Brown fouled by Laprovitola. John Brown's done everything tonight, and now he's got a chance to send his team up 4 from the foul line. A 4th foul on Lapro. John Brown, normally not a good free throw shooter, 60% for the season. Tonight, he's made 3 of 6, so a little worse than that. He calmly makes that one, no. Cool as you like. Obviously, now it's important to get the second to make it a 2-possession game. Barca have Laprovitola, Jokubaitis, Mirotic, Kuric and Shanley, and John Brown does make them both. Kuric for the quick 3. He makes it! He's been cold all night. But he's found his range now. He made one of his first 6. He's made the last 2. 1-point game. The free throws from John Brown, bettered by the triple from Kuric. 30 seconds to play. Lorenzo Brown. And he's fouled by Laprovitola, who will be out now. That's his 5th. Jasikevic just needs to be careful not to protest too much, because a technical is the last thing they want. There was contact from Lapro, for sure. So he will play no further part. Dante Exum comes in to replace him. And Lorenzo Brown, who's been ice cool all night, had a great game. 22 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 steals. Now has 2 big free throws, and he makes it. He's 3 of 3 from the line now for his team. And they can get it back up to a 3-point margin. And then, is it maybe too early? But at some point soon you'll start to think about fouling, because they don't want, UNICS don't want Barca to get the ball in the hands of Kuric again for another 3-pointer, which would tie it. Assuming Lorenzo Brown makes this, which he does. So now do they foul? Exum, Jokubaitis, Kuric, Mirotic and Shanley. They're not going to foul yet. 20 seconds to play. Mirotic tries to manufacture the foul, and is it a shooting foul? I think it is, on Jakiri. And so Mirotic can tie it up from the foul line. He was looking for this, looking for it all the way, but he forced enough contact to make the referee blow the whistle. Parasovic, I think lip reading was saying he was passing the ball. Mirotic is perfect from the line, and he still is. 11 of 11. 2 more and we'll have a tight game with 15 seconds left, and Barca will have completed a comeback from 20 points down in 9 minutes, from 15 points down in 6 minutes. If you're superstitious, you might think that now, as this is his 13th attempt, he's going to miss it. Yeah, forget that superstition when you've got a player as good as Nikola Mirotic. Unlucky 13, not for him. Now he comes out of the game for Smits to come in for his defense. And it's Lorenzo Brown, Isaiah Cannon, Mario Hezonja, John Brown and Tonye Jakiri in the action for UNICS, who need to score to go back in front. In the hands of Lorenzo Brown, no press this time. This could be the final play of the game. Lorenzo Brown for John Brown, back to Lorenzo, one-on-one with Exum. Lorenzo, step back, up, no good, overtime at Palau Blaugrana. What a game. Lorenzo Brown had the shot to win it, He's had such a good game, but he couldn't make that one. And this has turned into, from very unpromising beginnings, one of the games of the season. And it just shows you, never stop watching the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague, because you don't know what's going to happen. The fans in here going crazy as we take a look back at the fourth quarter highlights. And for a while, it was just UNICS. They were comfortable. Exum tried to provide a spark, as did Jokubaitis. But it was still a 15-point margin with 6 minutes to go. Now this is the key moment of the game. There. Not the shot, but the reaction, because that angered the fans. It got under Barca's skin, and they played with a fire that they hadn't shown all night. This seemed to have won it when Lorenzo Brown got the steal in the final 2 minutes and scored, but Jokubaitis was able to score. Kuric got a couple of triples. Mirotic was good from the line, and here we are. Unbelievably, 94-94. What a fabulous game. And we've got overtime coming up. Well, this is why we watch sport, because you don't know. Most of the time, you think you know. Most of the time, you're right. Most of the time, if a team is winning by 20 in the last quarter, they win the game. But we watch because just sometimes, there's an unlikely comeback. Tonight has been one of those sometimes. And Barca now have all the momentum heading into the final period. Dante Exum was the leading performer in that fourth quarter. And he's going to have to play in the overtime period now. That was the moment when Jakiri fouled Mirotic. Perasovic wanted it to be checked. I think we could see his lips there saying, check it. And then I think he was also saying he was passing. But there was no check. There were free throws. Mirotic made them, and we got 5 minutes to play. And look who gets the ball, Exum, continuing to shine. Barca first possession. Exum again. He's got Smits, Kuric, Jokubaitis and Shanley for company. Kuric. Lorenzo Brown all over him and makes the foul in the end. Barca have really got their way back into this game from the foul line. And we're going to have to check the records here, because 30 free throws without a miss. That has got to be close to, if not a record all time in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Now it's 31, the most number of free throws made in a game without a miss. 31? Can't imagine there's been many more than that. Don't let us down now, Karl Kuric, and he doesn't. 32. A third of Barca's points, exactly a third, have come from the foul line. Lorenzo Brown has John Brown, Hezonja, Cannon for three. Don't shush the fans this time. Don't do it again. Understated reaction now as he gives UNICS the lead. Hezonja and Jakiri are on 4 fouls. And that is on John Brown, his third. So yeah, Hezonja and Jakiri on 4. Barca have Mirotic on 4, which is probably why he's out of the game at the moment. And of course, in overtime, fouls carry over, so into the bonus immediately. Karl Kuric with free throws. That was the triple from Cannon that has now been tied up, and Kuric makes another. He's personally 6 of 6 from the line now. Lorenzo Brown getting the screen from Hezonja. Cannon for Mario Hezonja. Up against Exum. Looks to go baseline. Floater. Good from Mario Hezonja. He needed that because he had a very poor finish to the game. He was sloppy. No, he can be a game winner for sure, and he's sent his team ahead again. Kuric to Jokubaitis. Looks inside for Smits. And there's contact. UNICS don't believe it. They felt they won that cleanly. Look at the reaction of Hezonja and Cannon. Who's the foul on, though? And it's Mario Hezonja, so he'll play no further part. And he's being waved away by the same fans who used to be his fans. A player who started out with Barca, made his debut in this competition as a teenager, went on to play 38 games in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague for Barcelona. But he won't play any more part tonight. Like La Provitola, he's fouled out. And Smits continues the perfect night from the line. 199, 36 free throws made by Barca out of 36. Amazing. Cannon just about able to find Jakiri, who can attack it and sends down the dunk. It's OJ Mayo who's come in, by the way, for Mario Hezonja. Mayo is also on 4 fouls, like Jakiri. Jokubaitis. Smits. Oh, what a block! What a block! Tonya Jakiri with a block that could end up helping give UNICS a big road win. Smits seemed to have an open, easy dunk, but Jakiri, with other ideas, was able to get his hand on it and protect the lead for UNICS. And Smits then fouling at the other end, and that's his 4th, so he goes out. Mirotic comes in now. Nikola Mirotic is on 4 fouls. And UNICS may well want to try and run at him and try and make him pick up the 5th. Lorenzo Brown misses a free throw for the first time tonight. Can he make it a 2-point game? They're getting back on target here. 3 minutes to go. 100 to 102. And Velimir Parasovic looks exhausted. We're all exhausted, but there's still 3 minutes left. Shanley for Kuric. On to Jakiri. He'll want to take him on and step back for the 3, but John Brown was coming. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Has to take on the tough one. Oh, Karl Kuric shooting over Jakiri, who's got about 25 centimeters on him. But he got it to go, and Barca ahead again. Karl Kuric found his range. Better late than never. The foul now. And it's Exum as he tried to get the stop and wait for the jeers, because it's going to be Cannon to go to the line. And when the fans see him get the ball, here's the noise. %8 for the season. Nonchalantly puts that one in. He's 3 of 3 for the night. And he's 4 of 4. He's playing a big part in this overtime period. Now can Barca keep feeding Kuric? Here he is, yes. Back for Jokubaitis now. There's contact inside and it's on Cannon. Careful with the reaction. It's his 4th foul. And he'll send Kuric to the line. Smits is going to come back in for Mirotic, because they don't want Mirotic to have to defend on 4 fouls. Cannon is on 4 fouls now, as is Jekiri and Mayo. So they've got 3 players in the game, UNICS, on 4 fouls. Barca just have Smits as they make yet another free throw. I mean, UNICS have been pretty good from the line, 21 of 26. That's not bad, you take that, but 37 of 37. Which it no longer is, 38. Now can they attack Smits, who may be a little tentative on 4 fouls? Cannon has been big in this overtime period so far. Gets it back to go at Jokubaitis. Jokubaitis going for the steal. Tough shot from Cannon, no good. Oh, what a rebound. Oh, but he can't find the pass, Jekiri. He did so well to grab the rebound, but then he was off balance. Tried to return it to the corner for Cannon, but couldn't do so. Great work there, but then he couldn't keep it in. And so it remains a 1-point Barca lead. If they can get another triple from Kuric, or even from Mirotic, who's come back in now for the offensive series. It's an offensive foul, and it's on Mirotic, and he's out. That is a big moment. Mirotic with the moving screen picks up his 5th foul. Look at him there. And it was on Cannon as well, who's at the thick of everything. So no more Mirotic, no more Hezonja, no more La Provitola. 3 players fouled out now. And it means the possession didn't materialize in any point, so Barca's opportunity with a triple to move into a 2-possession lead did not happen. Now Smits is going to have to stay in on 4 fouls as they work it to Lorenzo Brown. 90 seconds to go, 1-point game in overtime. Doesn't get better than this, the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague, as Mayo, it's not going to go. Jekiri gets the rebound and this time is able to recycle it. Lorenzo Brown steps back. No, again. Shanley with the rebound. That's 2 big misses from Lorenzo Brown, one with the last shot of the game and another there. He's had such a good night, but he can't make them all. Shanley. They find Kuric. Double teamed. No whistle. Kuric loses it. Fast break. Lorenzo Brown gets away from Jokubaitis. Doesn't score, but it's a last touch off Barca. This is frantic, furious, fabulous stuff. And look at the fans. I know how you feel, guys. What a game. And UNICS get another chance as Kuric just lost it there. But Lorenzo Brown with another miss. Smits, though, swatting it away, only swatted it out of bounds, so UNICS get it back. There's going to be some tired players out there. John Brown has played more than 40 minutes. Lorenzo 35, Cannon 35, and it's John Brown. Was the star of the game, but he's been quiet in overtime. Cannon gets it all away. Oh, it drops in. And one. Isaiah Cannon drops the bomb on Barca with the basket to take the lead. Just rolling around and going in. And so UNICS back in front. But the foul was called the other way. And the foul was called on Jakiri, I believe, and that's him out as well, as he was waiting to contest the rebound that never came because the shot dropped in, but he pushed Shanley in the back, and so he's out. And Barca will have another free throw and the chance to tie it up again with 27 seconds left. Shanley from the line, 2 of 2 there so far tonight, and they still can't miss. 39 of 39. Now would be a bad time to miss one, right? When you've got a chance to go ahead with 27.9 seconds left. Shanley. Oh, he's missed one, but Smits gets the rebound. It could work out better for Barca. Well, it does, because they've got possession. Jokubaitis gets it to go! Jokubaitis, 2-point margin for Barca, final possession now. A whistle's blown because a timeout was called after Rukas Jokubaitis made the most of the offensive rebound gathered by Roland Smits. And there's the confirmation that it's a timeout, and Velimir Parasovic has to draw something up. Let's see if we can hear him above the noise. It won't be easy. So here we go. This is how the lead has changed hands. And look at that. UNICS were up by 20 early in the fourth quarter. They were up by 15 midway through the fourth quarter. Now they're down by 2. I don't know about you, but I didn't hear a word of the timeout from Parasovic. There have been 10 lead changes in overtime alone. Will there be another one, or can they tie it again? Just to confirm, incidentally, it is a record. Barca's 39 in a row, the free throws, but then they missed one. The best before that was 34 by Real Madrid back in 2002. Shanley missed the last one, but that ironically ended up being the chance to win the game because they turned it into 2 points. Here we go, 18 seconds. I assume Barca won't foul. Maybe it depends on who has it. They might foul John Brown. They're not going to foul Lorenzo. Cannon is fouled in the act of shooting a 3. And so with 14 seconds left, John Brown, the third, is down. And Isaiah Cannon has to compose himself now because he has 3 free throws to win it. That's Brown. Oh, he went over on his ankle. That's horrible. Just caught his foot with Dante Exum entirely accidentally and went down. But he's made a steal. And so he's already walking pretty freely again. And then it was Isaiah Cannon who was fouled and will go to the line. 14 seconds to go. This was the foul by Jokubaitis. He's missed the first free throw. And the Barca fans celebrate as though they've just won the EuroLeague. He'll still have a chance to tie it up. He misses again! Unbelievable! Absolute scenes inside Palau Blaugrana. This is sensational stuff. Isaiah Cannon, the man who started inadvertently Barca's fight back by putting his lips to the crowd, winding up everyone on the home side, might be putting the final nail in his team's coffin as well by missing 2 free throws. He makes one, but his team trail. Now they'll have to foul. They foul Jokubaitis immediately. Lorenzo Brown it was. And now they have to hope he misses one, which is something Barca haven't been doing much of, but Rokas Jokubaitis, whose basket it was that gave Barca the lead, now has to hold his nerve from the foul line in a way that Cannon didn't. 81% for the season, 2 of 2 tonight so far. Makes the first. And the importance here is, of course, that if he makes it a 3-point game, that gives Barca the opportunity to keep on fouling. Because UNICS wouldn't be able to get back with 2 free throws, as long as it's not a 3-point foul, as it was on Cannon there. But he needs to make this. UNICS need to get the rebound if he doesn't, but he does make it. So now, 12 seconds, 3 points the margin. Are they going to defend it? They need a 3. There's the foul. And so Lorenzo Brown will go to the line. I was a little surprised they didn't make the foul earlier, but of course the positive of that is that it took more time off the clock. It was also a little strange to see Lorenzo Brown, knowing that his team are 3 behind, needing a triple to tie it, penetrating inside, unless he was then going to look for a kick out, but maybe the heat of the moment got to him. He needs to make these. Makes the first, because then they can hope to make a quick foul and Barca miss one, and then we'll be back to a 2-point margin. It might be going through their minds for a deliberate miss. They may not get it back. Maybe it's a little early for that. And then try and get the rebound. But let's see. Lorenzo Brown tries to make it, and he does. 6.1 seconds. Timeout. Well, it's one of the games of the season. It's definitely one of the longest games of the season. We're nearly 2.5 hours into this one now. And let's hope UNICS flight isn't leaving too early, because they'll miss it back to Russia. We'll have to wait for them, because this one ain't over yet. Timeout. Let's see if we can hear it.
Fake of the screen, hold your player on the back and come back. Okay? If we have a problem, Brandon, don't make offensive foul.
Well, this is where the coaches earn the big money as well, isn't it? Drawing up a play to win a game or to make sure it's not lost. Barca possession, and the timeout means they can advance the ball as well. Great to see Rokas Jokubaitis getting into the rhythm of the music. He can afford to do so because he's fouled out, by the way, now. That one on Cannon sent him out. So, 6 seconds. UNICS need a quick foul. Kuric, and they got it in the hands of the right player, did Barca. Because Kuric is as close to automatic from the line as it gets. He had a run of 55 straight free throws until he missed one against Real Madrid a couple of weeks ago. He's 9 of 9 tonight. If he makes it 11 of 11, UNICS will somehow need to fashion a three-pointer without getting fouled in the final 4.8 seconds. And they need to convert it. If Kuric misses one, then UNICS will have a possession that Barca probably wouldn't want to try to foul on. Oh, he does miss one. He does miss one. The 6th best free throw shooter all time. Karl Kuric has missed a big one. Now he needs to make this one. Otherwise, UNICS will be trying to win it. Now, here we go. 5 seconds. UNICS need a score to tie it or a triple to win. Brown for the win. Can't bank it in. Barca take the win in overtime. One of the games of the season. They're still perfect at home. They've got the best record ever at the halfway stage of the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague regular season. What a night it has been. And look at Pierre Oriola, the shush. That is why Barca came back into the game. Because of that man, Isaiah Cannon, I bet you he will never shush a crowd again in his life. Because that turned the game for Barca. And the way that Oriola mockingly produced that exact gesture then shows that it was the moment that inspired Barca. They know it was the moment that turned it around. And Cannon might not sleep much on the way back to Russia. He cost his team the game. It still needed a heck of a fight back from Barca, and they were good enough to produce it. And they've given their fans an early birthday present with an incredible fight back. What a night we've had. Barca without 5 players, down by 20 points, have somehow won this game. Well, what a night we've had here at Palau Blaugrana. One of the games of the season, if not the game of the season, and player of the game, the Adidas player of the game is, as it so often is, Nikola Mirotic. Led his team throughout, and in that fourth quarter comeback, he was pivotal. Scored 28 points in total, including 13 of 13 free throws. That was crucial because Barca got back into the game on free throws. Mirotic got a lot of them. He also hit 3 triples. And he is the Adidas player of the game. He fouled out in overtime, but had still done enough to be named the Adidas player of the game. Here he is.
Nico, how do you feel after this amazing victory?
Praise to God, I feel great. Such an amazing win, difficult one. We've been down all the game, but at the end we came with some amazing stops. Our crowd helped us a lot. So, you know, huge win before a little break, Christmas. So very happy about the team.
The team arrives to the 15 victories after the middle of the season. What does it mean?
Well, that means that we're doing a good job. You know how struggle we are this season with all the injuries and everything, but this team is fighting. Everybody stepping up. You know, this is Barcelona. Everybody expecting from us to win. So this is nothing new. We got to stay humble. There's a lot of things to improve. So, but I think we are in the right direction.
You reacted after Cannon, just after with the public.
We had. They were kicking our ass, to be honest, especially physically. But we showed really good character at the end, and we pulled up this important game. So very proud of the team and the coaching staff.
Thanks, Nico.
So Nikola Mirotic, here's his stats. 50% two-point range, a bit below what he normally manages, but 3 of 7 from long range. And those free throws were crucial. As I said, Barca got so many free throws in the final period in the comeback. And Mirotic, the player of the game. Let's hear from the coach now.
Coach, how did you see this amazing comeback?
Well, first of all, I didn't see it. If you want to ask me, I mean, I'm talking about the middle of the third or something. You're just trying to make a little bit of the game and then put a little bit doubts in the other team's minds, you know, and in this type of situation, and hopefully something happened. And it did happen for us. We were better in the third, end of the third, the fourth, we were obviously better, but we won the game with offense, you know. And in general, like I told you at halftime, it was not a pretty sight. But like I said, you know, in those situations when you're losing by a lot, especially at home, the goal is just try to put some doubts. Just try to become 10 points or down and something like this, and hopefully there will be doubts in the other team's head. And I don't know, I cannot speak for them, but you know, from the middle of the fourth, we saw an opportunity there and we took it.
Barca has closed the first part of the season with only 2 losses. What does it mean?
Nothing, just 2 losses. At the same time, I think we tied Fenerbahce for the best. Something I think at this point of the season in December, I think you're looking for a little bit motivational factors. I told this to the players before, that we have the ability tonight, if we win, to tie the EuroLeague best start or something. You know, like I said, it doesn't give you anything, but it's a little something. It's some small wins, you know, that you try to do during the season. I'm glad we have it.
Okay, thanks, coach.
Thank you.
Barca's short zone here with 58% from two-point range, 46% from 3, and the way that Kyle Kuric found his range was so important. He made one of his first 6 from three-point range, but then he made 3 in a row, and that was vital, as were the 42 of 44 free throws. Here's Rokas Jokubaitis.
Rokas, what an amazing win.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of emotions right now. Like, I cannot stop smiling, because, you know, we took this victory, like when we were down -20, and in Palau, I mean, amazing feeling.
How important is that victory for the team?
I mean, very important. Like, we played very bad. Like 3.5 quarters, we played very bad, I think. And right now, to take this victory before Christmas, like, I don't know, to go to Christmas with loss, it would be like a little bit bad. And right now, like, of course, we have a lot of things to change, to improve on. But I mean, right now, it's amazing victory.
Okay, thanks.
So Rokas Jokubaitis, good game for the 21-year-old, 15 points and a key basket near the end. Ironically, off one of the very few, well, 2 of the free throw misses that Barca scored. Jokubaitis turned that into 2 points at a crucial moment. In the game, we'll hear from the defeated coach, Velimir Parasovic.
How did you see the second half?
We have game in our hands, but the last quarter, they score, I remember, 37 points. A lot of tough shots, but also a lot of free throws. So it's very difficult when they score 37 points. So we have a game, I repeat, very close, but we don't know how to finish the game.
Okay, thanks, coach.
Well, they did so well, but not quite well enough. UNICS, they looked all set for a big, big road win tonight when they were 20 points up in the final quarter. They had the chance to win it with the final shot of regulation, but Lorenzo Brown couldn't take it, and so overtime. And that just went Barca's way. Let's look back on some of the key moments from the game. Mario Hezonja was on fire in the early stages, but Barca chipped away at it. And eventually, Karl Kuric with big three-pointers near the end. Isaiah Cannon had some big moments, some bad moments. On the whole, a game that he will want to forget. John Brown III was magnificent for UNICS. Lorenzo Brown did have a fine game as well, as did Exum, really the biggest game that he's produced so far for Barcelona. That was the moment that turned the game. It riled the home fans. It riled the home players. They got back into it. And they eventually got the victory. That was Cannon hitting a triple in overtime. Mario Hezonja made one in overtime as well, but Jokubaitis with that big play after the missed free throw. And that eventually proved to be enough after a quite exhausting night. Here's the stats. 23 turnovers from Barca, 15 steals from UNICS, but still the home team won. Rebounding helped them. Good two-point shooting as well. They got better and better as the game went on. And here are the results so far. Alba Berlin overcame Monaco tonight, as did Efes in a similar thriller to this one in Istanbul. So 3 home wins out of 3. 5 games to look forward to tomorrow, including Real Madrid against CSKA Moscow. Here's the standings then. Barca with a 2-game lead now. Real Madrid do have a game in hand, of course. UNICS could slip down the standings depending on other results tomorrow. Well, what a game. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sure you have. It was a pre-Christmas cracker. Good night from Palau Blaugrana.
Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with